Johnny Depp stepped into a luxury restaurant, unaware a waiter's cruel words would turn a quiet night into a fight for hope. Dim chandeliers glowed over bright glasses while polished tables shine. Wealthy diners clinking glasses in tailored suits and silk dresses. Johnny slipped through the crowd, loose chestnut hair tucked under a worn fedora, faded leather jacket hanging loose, dark jeans scuffed, a tarnished silver locket dangling from his neck, his eyes tired but sharp. He owned the place but kept it secret, letting staff run the show while he watched from the shadows, savoring the chaos of a packed night. A young waiter, Mitch, strutted past with a tray, slick blonde hair gelled back, white shirt crisp, black vest tight, his smirk wide as he spotted Johnny near a booth. Mistaking him for a drifter, Mitch stopped short, tray wobbling while he sneered, saying the restaurant wasn't for street rats who couldn't afford a soda, his voice loud enough to turn heads. Diners glanced over, a woman in pearls chuckling, a man in a pinstripe suit raising an eyebrow. Johnny's locket glinted as he stood calm, asking Mitch why he judged so fast, his tone low but steady, like a tide pulling back. Mitch laughed sharp, setting his tray down while calling Johnny a bum, saying his locket looked like junk from a pawn shop. No place in a joint this classy, his words cutting through the dining hum. A couple in a corner booth snickered, a teen in a velvet blazer filming on his phone, the chandelier's light flickering overhead. Johnny's jaw tightened, his fedora shadowing his eyes as he spoke softer, saying looks didn't tell a man's story, asking what made Mitch so quick to bite. The waiter's vest strained as he leaned in, hissing that Johnny didn't belong, should scram before security tossed him, his finger jabbing the air. Diners watched closer, a woman in a silk gown whispering to her date, a chef pausing at the kitchen door, spatula in hand. Johnny's locket swayed while he stayed rooted, his voice firm, asking Mitch what he'd lost to act so mean, what hurt he hid behind his sneer. Mitch's smirk faltered, his blonde hair slipping loose as he snapped back, saying he'd lost plenty, didn't need a hobo preaching, his voice cracking just enough to hint at something deeper. The crowd hushed, a man in a tux clutching his wine glass, a woman in pearls leaning forward, the restaurant's buzz slowing to a murmur. Johnny's leather jacket creased as he stepped closer, his locket catching the chandelier's glow while saying he'd known loss too. Carried it like a stone, but chose to lift others, not crush them. His eyes locking Mitch's, the waiter's hands shook, his vest unbuttoned as he muttered about his sister he hadn't seen in years, her memory a weight he couldn't shake, his voice barely reaching. Diners froze, the teen's phone lowering, the chef gripping his spatula tighter. The room poised for something raw as Johnny's words hung heavy, a challenge to turn pain into something else, the night ready to shift. Johnny Depp stood firm in his New Orleans restaurant while the waiter's sharp words faded, his tarnished silver locket glinting under chandeliers as he faced a room ready to crack open. Mitch, the blonde waiter, leaned back, his white shirt creased, black vest loose, gray eyes flickering with doubt, his mention of a lost sister hanging heavy. Velvet booths glowed softly, oak tables catching light while wealthy diners watched. A woman in pearls clutching her napkin, a man in a pinstripe suit pausing mid-sip, the hum of clinking glasses slowing. Johnny's leather jacket shifted as he spoke low, saying pain didn't give a free pass to hurt others, his fedora shadowing his eyes while asking Mitch what his sister would think of his venom, his voice steady like a ship cutting fog. Mitch's hands shook, his vest unbuttoned as he muttered she'd hate him, his voice breaking while admitting he hadn't faced her grave since she passed, too ashamed to try. Diners leaned closer, a teen in a velvet blazer pocketing his phone, a chef hovering at the kitchen door, spatula still. Johnny's locket swayed as he nodded, saying shame was a chain, but owning it could set a man free, his words sharp yet kind, like a blade trimming thorns. The crowd hushed, a woman in a silk gown wiping her cheek, a man in a tux setting down his fork, the restaurant's air thick with something raw. A man in a tux setting down his fork, the restaurant's air thick with something raw. Johnny stepped closer, his boots scuffing polished wood while revealing he owned the place. Every table, every light, his voice calm but firm, slicing through Mitch's stunned gasp. The waiter's jaw dropped, his blonde hair falling loose as he stammered apologies, saying he'd never have mouthed it off if he'd known, his vest sagging like his pride. Diners whispered, a couple in a corner booth staring wide-eyed, the chef's spatula slipping slightly. Johnny's locket caught a chandelier's glow while he waved off the saris, saying titles didn't matter, hearts did, his eyes scanning the room, landing on a ragged man in a worn coat at a far table, picking at a free bread basket, his face lined like old leather. The man, a homeless veteran named Earl, hunched over, his gray beard patchy, faded cap low, fingers trembling as he hid a dog tag under his collar, unnoticed by the fancy crowd. Johnny's jacket creased as he walked over, his fedora tilting while asking Earl what brought him here, his voice soft like a breeze off the bayou, a nod to his pirate's days of reading lost souls. Earl's voice rasped, saying he'd wandered in for warmth, hadn't eaten right in weeks, his dog tag slipping free, etched with a name he couldn't say aloud, his eyes dodging Johnny's. The crowd watched, a woman in pearls murmuring, a teen filming again, the restaurant's pulse slowing to match Earl's heavy breaths. Johnny's locket shone as he sat across from Earl, saying he'd known hunger too, nights when the world felt like a storm with no shore, his words carrying a scissorhand's ache for the outcast. He called Mitch over, his boots clicking while telling the waiter to serve Earl a full meal. On the house, his voice firm but warm, like a captain steering through choppy seas. On the house, his voice firm but warm, like a captain steering through choppy seas. Mitch nodded fast, his vest straightening as he rushed to the kitchen, returning with a steaming plate of shrimp and grits, setting it before Earl with a shaky smile. Diners clapped softly, a man in a pinstripe suit nodding, a woman in a silk gown raising her glass, the room stirring with a new rhythm. Johnny's eyes caught a single mom, Lena, at another table, her thrift store dress frayed, her toddler tugging her sleeve, her face tight as she counted coins for a half-eaten salad. He walked over, his locket glinting while asking if she needed a hand, his tone gentle, like a friend offering a lantern in the dark. Lena's voice cracked, saying she'd lost her job, barely kept a roof, her kids' shoes worn thin, her hands hiding her face. Johnny's fedora tipped as he knelt beside her, saying he'd been down too. But one lift could change the tide, his pirate swagger hiding a deep well of care. He signaled a hostess, his jacket swaying while ordering a full meal for Lena and her kid, plus a week's groceries. His voice quiet but sure, the restaurant his ship to steer. The crowd murmured louder, a man in a tux clapping firm, a woman in pearls wiping her eyes, the chandelier's glow softening the scene. Mitch returned, his white shirt damp with sweat as he served Lena's table, his gray eyes softer, muttering to Johnny he'd misjudged. Wanted to do better, his voice low like a man stepping into light. Johnny's locket flashed while he nodded, saying better started now, pointing to a shy busboy. Tim, clearing plates, his glasses foggy, his apron stained, unnoticed by the elite. Johnny called Tim over, his boots steady while asking about his story. Sensing another soul the room ignored, his scissorhand's heart seeing the unseen. Tim stammered, his apron twisting as he admitted he worked doubles to pay for his mom's meds. Barely slept, his voice faint but honest. Johnny's locket gleamed as he clapped Tim's shoulder, saying he'd cover the meds, give him a raise, his voice warm like a blanket after a long day. Diners gasped, a teen in a velvet blazer cheering, a woman in a silk gown standing, the restaurant alive with a buzz no menu could spark. Mitch's vest tightened as he watched, his blonde hair slick while promising to pitch in, help Tim's shifts, his shame turning to something new, something real. Johnny stood, his fedora low as he scanned the room, his locket a quiet vow while saying this place wasn't just for the rich. It was for lifting folks. His words ringing clear, a captain's call to a drifting crew. The crowd roared, a man in a pinstripe suit raising his glass, a woman in pearls joining in, the chef grinning from the kitchen door. Earl ate slow, his dog tag steady while thanking Johnny, his voice stronger, like a man finding ground. Lena's toddler giggled, her dress less heavy as she hugged Johnny, her coins forgotten, her eyes bright with hope. Tim's glasses cleared, his apron proud as he nodded thanks, his shoulders straighter. The restaurant a beacon of something bigger, Johnny's spark ready to spread, the night poised to ripple outward. Johnny Depp scanned his restaurant while diners clapped, his tarnished, silver locket glinting under chandeliers as he stood amid a crowd stirred by his call to lift others. Velvet booths shimmered, oak tables catching light while wealthy patrons leaned forward. A woman in pearls raising her glass, a man in a pinstripe suit cheering loud. Earl, the homeless veteran, ate shrimp and grits at a corner table, his gray beard neat, faded cap off, dog tag gleaming as he nodded thanks, his eyes brighter than before. Lena, the single mom, hugged her toddler, her thrift store dress less heavy, a full meal steaming before them, her smile wide as she whispered to Johnny, her coins forgotten. Tim, the busboy, stood taller, his apron clean, glasses clear while he cleared plates, his nod to Johnny firm, his mom's meds now covered. Mitch, the waiter, hovered nearby, his white shirt tucked, black vest buttoned, blonde hair neat as he served drinks, his gray eyes soft while muttering to Johnny he'd help more, make things right, his shame fading like morning mist. Johnny's leather jacket creased as he clapped Mitch's shoulder, his fedora low while saying right started with seeing folks, really seeing them, his voice warm like a pirate's captain rallying a crew. His eyes caught a new face, an elderly widow named Clara, tucked in a booth, her gray shawl frayed, her hands twisting a chipped wedding ring, her face lined as she sipped water, too proud to ask for more, her meal voucher barely covering bread. Johnny walked over, his boots clicking on polished wood while kneeling beside Clara, his locket swaying as he asked what weighed her down, his tone gentle like a scissorhand's touch, soothing a stray. Clara's voice quavered, saying she'd lost her husband. Her home lived in a shelter now, her ring all she had left, her eyes dodging his, ashamed to be CN. Diners watched, a teen in a velvet blazer pausing his video, a woman in a silk gown leaning closer, the restaurant's hum softening. Johnny's locket caught light as he signaled Mitch, his jacket shifting while ordering a feast for Clara, steak and pie, no charge, his voice firm but kind, like a man charting a new course. Mitch rushed to the kitchen, his vest tight as he returned with plates piled high, setting them before Clara with a shy grin, his gray eyes meeting hers, a spark of something new. Clara's hands steadied, her shawl slipping as she thanked Johnny, her voice stronger, saying she hadn't eaten like this in years, her ring glinting like a memory reborn. The crowd clapped louder, a man in a tux standing, a woman in pearls wiping tears, the chandeliers casting a warm glow. Johnny's fedora tilted as he stood, his locket shining while spotting another soul. A teen runaway named Jay slouched at the bar, his hoodie torn, sneakers duct-taped, his fingers clutching a crumpled dollar, his eyes darting like a cornered stray. Johnny approached, his boots steady while sitting beside Jay, his locket glinting as he asked what brought him here, his voice calm like a pirate's rogue reading the wind. Jay's voice cracked, saying he'd run from a bad home, slept on streets, scraped for food, his dollar all he had, his shoulders hunched against the world. Diners murmured, a couple in a corner booth whispering, a chef at the kitchen door nodding slow, spatula still. Johnny's jacket creased as he waved Tim over, his fedora low while telling the busboy to get Jay a burger, fries, anything he wanted, his voice a quiet vow to anchor the lost, his scissorhand's heart beating loud. Tim hustled, his apron flapping as he brought a steaming plate, setting it before Jay with a grin, his glasses foggy but proud, his own spark growing brighter. Jay's eyes widened, his hoodie loosening as he ate, muttering thanks to Johnny, his voice shaky but real, like a kid finding shore after a storm. The crowd cheered, a woman in a silk gown clapping firm, a man in a pinstripe suit raising his glass, the the restaurant alive with a new pulse. Johnny's locket flashed while he stood, his boots firm as he called Mitch, Clara, and Lena over. His voice clear, saying this place was theirs too, a table for anyone who needed it. His words ringing like a captain's orders on a rolling deck. Mitch's white shirt gleamed as he nodded, his blonde hair neat while promising to serve anyone, no judgment, his gray eyes steady, his sister's memory afire to do better. Clara's shawl lifted as she smiled, her ring catching light while saying she'd volunteer, help feed others, her voice bold like a woman reclaimed. Lena's toddler giggled, her dress bright as she hugged Johnny, vowing to pay it forward, her eyes fierce with hope. Jay's hoodie straightened, his sneakers less heavy as he muttered he'd stay. Help clean, his voice small but sure, the restaurant a haven now, not just a stage for the rich. Johnny's fedora shadowed his eyes as he moved to the bar, his locket glinting while noticing a quiet dishwasher, Rosa scrubbing pots, her braid graying, her apron soaked, her hands raw from years of work, unseen by the elite. He leaned in, his jacket loose while asking her story, his tone soft like a pirate's whisper to a stowaway, sensing another soul the world has forgotten. Rosa's voice trembled, saying she'd raised kids alone, worked nights to survive. Her dreams buried under dishes, her eyes weary but kind. Diners watched, a teen in a velvet blazer clapping slow, a woman in pearls standing, the chandelier's glow softening the scene like a painting. Johnny's locket shone as he called the chef, his boots clicking while telling him to train Rosa for a front-of-house job. Give her a shot, his voice firm like a scissor-hand's plea for the overlooked. The chef nodded, his spatula waving as he promised to start tomorrow, his grin wide, the kitchen door swinging. Rosa's braid lifted, her apron falling as she thanked Johnny, her voice strong, saying she'd make her kids proud, her eyes sparkling like stars over a bayou. The crowd roared, a man in a tux cheering loud, a woman in a silk gown raising her glass, the restaurant a fire of hope, no corner untouched. Mitch stepped up, his vest crisp as he offered to cover Rosa's shifts, his blonde hair neat while saying he'd learn from her, his gray eyes clear, his sister's shadow lifting. Clara joined Lena, their hands busy passing bread to new faces, their voices mingling like a chorus, their spark aflame now. Jay helped Tim clear tables, his hoodie proud as he laughed, his sneakers lighter, his dollar tucked away, the restaurant a home he'd never had. Earl stood, his dog tag gleaming while telling Johnny he'd spread the word. Bring others here, his voice steady like a soldier reporting in, his cap high. Johnny's locket flashed as he moved through the crowd, his fedora steady while saying this was just the start. Every plate a promise, every hand a chance, his voice a pirate's call to sail on. Diners stood, a man in a pinstripe suit pledging to donate, a woman in pearls vowing to volunteer, the chandeliers casting light like a beacon over a dark sea. The chef plated meals for free, his spatula dancing as he served a line forming at the door, new faces stepping in, hungry but hopeful. Rosa smiled, her braid proud as she took orders, her hands steady, her dreams waking up. The restaurant buzzed louder, a woman in a silk gown hugging Lena, a teen in a velvet blazer high-fiving Jay. The night a wave of grace, Johnny's spark of fire ready to burn beyond the walls, the city waiting for its light. Johnny Depp moved through his New Orleans restaurant while the crowd's cheers echoed, his tarnished silver locket glinting under chandeliers as he fueled a fire of hope that burned brighter with every step. Velvet booths glowed warm, oak tables crowded with plates as wealthy diners mingled with newcomers. A woman in pearls passing bread to a stranger, a man in a pinstripe suit clapping loud. Earl, the homeless veteran, stood by a booth, his gray beard trimmed, dog tag shining while he helped serve coffee, his faded cap high, his voice steady as he thanked Johnny, calling him captain like a nod to pirates' days. Lena, the single mom, laughed with her toddler, her thrift store dress neat, her hands busy setting out napkins, her smile fierce as she whispered to Johnny, saying this place gave her a future. Tim, the busboy, hustled with trays, his apron crisp, glasses gleaming while he grinned at Jay, the teen runaway, who stacked dishes. His torn hoodie tied at the waist, sneakers less worn, his eyes bright with purpose. Clara, the elderly widow, stood near the bar, her gray shawl folded, chipped wedding ring catching light as she poured water for new faces, her voice bold while telling Lena she'd found family here, her shelter days fading. Rosa, the dishwasher turned hostess, greeted a line at the door, her braid neat, apron swapped for a pressed shirt, her hand steady as she led a group to a table, her smile wide like a dream pulled from the clouds. Mitch, the waiter, darted between booths, his white shirt tucked, black vest buttoned, blonde hair slick while serving free meals, his gray eyes soft as he nodded to Johnny, his promise to do better now a vow carved deep, his sister's memory a light guiding every step. Johnny's leather jacket swayed as he scanned the room, his fedora low while spotting a new soul, a tired street musician named Amos, slumped at a corner table, his guitar case scratched, his denim jacket patched, his fingers calloused around a chipped mug, his face etched with years of unheard musics. Johnny walked over, his boots clicking on polished wood while sitting across, his locket glinting as he asked Amos what tune he carried, his voice calm like a scissorhand's whisper to a forgotten heart. Amos's voice rasped, saying he'd played for pennies, lost his home, his music drowned by city noise, his mug hiding eyes too weary to hope, his guitar untouched for months. Diners watched, a teen in a velvet blazer pausing his drink, a woman in a silk gown leaning closer, the restaurant's hum softening like a held breath. Johnny's locket shone as he signaled Rosa, his jacket loose while ordering a hot meal for Amos, gumbo and cornbread, his voice firm yet kind, like a pirate's captain charting a lost ship home. Rosa nodded, her shirt crisp as she rushed to the kitchen, returning with steaming plates, setting them before Amos with a warm smile, her own spark a mirror of Johnny's fire. Amos's hands steadied, his denim jacket lifting as he ate, muttering thanks to Johnny, his voice cracking like a chord struck after silence, saying he'd forgotten how food could taste like home. The crowd clapped soft, a man in a tux raising his glass, a woman in pearls cheering quiet, the chandeliers casting a golden haze. Johnny's fedora tilted as he leaned in, asking Amos to play, give the room a song, his voice a gentle push like a breeze on a stalled sail. Amos hesitated, his guitar case heavy as he opened it, pulling out a battered acoustic, his fingers trembling while strumming a slow blues. The notes raw but piercing, filling the restaurant like a tide over dry land. Diners hushed, a couple in a corner booth swaying, a chef at the kitchen door nodding, spatula still, the music weaving through clinking glasses, a lifeline to every heart. Johnny's locket flashed as he stood, his boots firm while calling Mitch over, saying Amos needed a stage, a mic, a chance to be heard, his voice clear like a pirate's order to raise the flag. Mitch's vest tightened as he hustled, setting up a small platform by the bar, his blonde hair neat while dragging a stool, his gray eyes bright with purpose, his sister's memory a pulse in his work. Amos climbed up, his denim jacket proud as he played louder, his voice rough but strong, singing of loss and hope, the crowd clapping louder. A woman in a silk gown wiping tears, a man in a pinstripe suit filming, the restaurant a stage for the unseen now. Johnny's jacket creased as he moved to another table, his locket glinting while spotting a young couple, Mia and Sam, huddled over a single soup, their clothes thin, their hands linked tight, their faces drawn like they'd run from something hard. He sat beside them, his fedora low while asking what storm they'd weathered, his tone soft like a scissorhand's hand smoothing jagged edges. Mia's voice shook, saying they'd fled a bad town, no jobs, no place to sleep, their soup a gift from a kind stranger, their eyes dodging his, fear clinging like damp cloth. Sam nodded, his hand squeezing hers, saying they'd do anything for a start, anything to stay together, his voice low but fierce. The crowd watched, a teen in a velvet blazer clapping slow, a woman in pearls leaning forward, the chandelier's light softening the scene. Johnny's locket shone as he waved Tim over, his boots steady while telling the busboy to get them meals, clothes, a room for the night. his voice a vow like a pirate's captain swearing to find land. Tim hustled, his apron flapping as he brought plates of jambalaya, his glasses proud while promising to grab coats from storage, his spark aflame now. Mia's eyes welled, her thin sweater lifting as she thanked Johnny, her voice strong, saying they'd repay it somehow. Her hand gripping Sam's. Sam nodded, his face lighter, muttering they'd work, build something, his voice steady like a man finding ground. Diners roared. A man in a tux standing, a woman in a silk gown cheering. The restaurant a wildfire of hope, every table a story. Johnny's fedora shadowed his eyes as he called Clara and Lena, his locket steady while saying they'd lead tonight. Serve the line growing outside, his voice ringing like a pirate's call to man the sails. Clara's shawl gleamed, her ring flashing as she rallied diners, her voice bold while guiding new faces to tables, her shelter days a distant echo. Lena's toddler clapped, her dress bright as she passed out rolls, her smile fierce while telling Johnny she'd teach others, her hope a beacon now. Mitch joined Rosa, his white shirt crisp as he greeted a group of stragglers, his blonde hair neat while offering free seats, his gray eyes clear, his sister's memory a vow to serve all. Jay helped Earl pour coffee, his hoodie loose as he laughed, his sneakers quick, his past a shadow fading fast. Tim trained Rosa, his apron proud as he showed her the register, his glasses steady while saying she'd shine, his mom's meds a worry gone. Amos played on, his guitar singing of rivers and roads, his denim jacket high as diners tossed bills into his case, his voice a current pulling the room together, the crowd swaying like a sea under stars. Johnny's locket flashed as he moved to the door, his jacket swaying while spotting a lone teen, Ellie, outside, her backpack patched, her jacket too big, her hands rubbing cold fingers, her eyes scanning the warmth she couldn't reach. He stepped out, his boots crunching gravel while kneeling beside her, his locket glinting as he asked what kept her out here, his voice soft like a scissor hand's touch to a frayed thread. Ellie's voice trembled, saying she'd aged out of foster care, no family, no place. Her backpack all she owned, her eyes wet but fierce, refusing pity. Diners peered through windows, a woman in pearls pausing her meal, a man in a pinstripe suit watching, the chandeliers glow framing the scene. Johnny's locket shone as he led Ellie inside, his fedora steady while telling Rosa to get her a meal, a coat, a job if she wanted, his voice firm like a pirate's captain offering a berth. Rosa nodded, her shirt neat as she brought gumbo and a scarf, her smile warm while saying Ellie was home now, her own rise a mirror of the teen's chance. Ellie's backpack slipped, her jacket tightening as she ate, her voice shaky thanking Johnny, saying she'd work hard, her eyes bright like a spark catching tinder. The crowd cheered louder, a man in a tux clapping firm, a woman in a silk gown raising her glass, the restaurant ablaze no walls could hold. Johnny's locket gleamed as he stood center, his boots rooted while saying this place was a ship, every soul a crew, sailing to lift the lost. His voice a pirate's roar tempered by Scissorhands' care. Diners stood, a teen in a velvet blazer pledging to volunteer, a woman in pearls vowing to fund meals, the chandeliers casting light like a lighthouse over a dark bayou. Mitch led a new line, his vest proud as he served families, his blonde hair neat while telling Johnny he'd visit his sister's grave, make her proud, his gray eyes steady like a man reborn. Clara taught Lena to organize trays, their voices a chorus as they fed dozens, their hands quick, their spark aflame now. Jay and Tim cleared tables, their laughs mingling as they planned to help more, their pasts fuel for a new fire. Amos strummed a final note, his guitar case heavy with tips, his denim jacket high while thanking Johnny, his voice strong like a song finding its end, his music a gift to the room. Earl greeted stragglers, his dog tag shining as he shared his story, his cap proud while saying Johnny gave him purpose, his voice a soldier's oath to carry on. Rosa trained Ellie, her braid neat as she showed her the ropes, her smile wide while saying she'd soar, her own climb a path for the teen. Lena's toddler danced, her dress bright as she hugged Clara. Her giggle a sound the restaurant held tight, her mom's hope a wildfire now. The chef plated meals faster, his spatula a blur as he served a crowd spilling outside, his grin wide like a man feeding a city, the kitchen door swinging wide. Johnny's locket flashed as he stepped back, his fedora low while watching the room, his jacket steady as he saw a city waking, his spark ablaze no night could dim, the restaurant a heart beating for all. The ending near but not yet here, hope ready to spill into streets waiting for light. Johnny Depp stood at the heart of his New Orleans restaurant while the crowd's cheers soared, his tarnished silver locket glinting under chandeliers as a fire of hope burned bright, its light reaching far beyond velvet booths and oak tables. Diners filled every seat, wealthy patrons in silk gowns and tuxes sharing plates with newcomers in patched coats, a woman in pearls laughing with a stranger, a man in a pinstripe suit passing rolls to a kid, the air alive with clinking glasses and warm voices. Earl, the homeless veteran, moved through the crowd, his gray beard neat, dog tag shining as he handed out coffee, his faded cap high while telling a new face's story, his voice strong like a pirate's captain recounting the storm survived, his eyes bright with purpose. Johnny sparked. Lena, the single mom, guided her toddler through booths, her thrift store dress crisp, her hands quick passing napkins, her smile fierce as she thanked Johnny, saying this place gave her a life, not just a meal. Tim, the busboy, darted between tables, his apron proud, glasses gleaming while he mentored Jay, the teen runaway, who stacked trays, his torn hoodie swapped for a clean shirt, sneakers steady as he grinned, his past as shadow burned away. Clara, the elderly widow, stood by the bar, her gray shawl folded, chipped wedding ring flashing as she poured water for a line of stragglers, her voice bold while telling Rosa she'd found home here, her shelter days gone like dust. Rosa, now a lead hostess, welcomed families at the door, her braid neat, pressed shirt sharp, her hands steady as she seated a group, her smile wide like a dream set free, her eyes thanking Johnny with every step. Mitch, the waiter, hustled with trays, his white shirt tucked, black vest buttoned, blonde hair slick while serving free meals, his gray eyes clear as he nodded to Johnny, his sister's memory a vow to live better, his heart open wide. Amos, the street musician, strummed his guitar on a small stage by the bar, his denim jacket high, his voice raw singing of rivers and redemption, his scratched case heavy with tips, his music a thread tying the room together, his nod to Johnny a silent oath to keep playing. Ellie, the foster teen, worked beside Rosa, her patched backpack stashed, her oversized jacket swapped for a uniform, her hands quick passing menus, her eyes bright while telling Jay she'd stay. Build something, her voice steady like a spark-catching flame. The chef plated meals at a furious pace, his spatula a blur as he served a crowd spilling outside, his grin wide while shouting to Johnny this was his best night, the kitchen door swinging like a ship's hatch in a gale, the restaurant a beacon for all. Johnny's leather jacket swayed as he moved to the door, his fedora low while spotting a final soul, a weary nurse named Sarah, leaning against a wall, her scrubs faded, her sneakers worn, her hands clutching a crumpled coffee cup, her face drawn from endless shifts. He approached, his boots crunching gravel outside, his locket glinting as he asked what kept her going, his voice soft like a scissor hand's touch to a frayed seam, sensing a heart the city overlooked. Sarah's voice shook, saying she worked doubles to feed her kids, slept in her car sometimes. Her patience lives her only fuel, her eyes wet but fierce, refusing to break. Diners peered through windows, a woman in pearls pausing her meal, a man in a pinstripe suit watching, the chandelier's glow framing the scene like a lantern in the dark. Johnny's locket shone as he led Sarah inside, his fedora steady while telling Tim to get her a meal, a uniform, a job if she wanted, his voice firm like a pirate's captain offering a crew to the lost, his heart wide open. Tim hustled, his apron flapping as he brought a plate of gumbo, his glasses proud while promising to grab a coat from storage, his spark a wildfire now. Sarah's scrubs lifted, her sneakers steadier as she ate, her voice cracking thanking Johnny, saying she'd take the job. Make her kids proud, her eyes bright like dawn over a bayou, her cup set aside. The crowd roared, a man in a tux clapping loud, a woman in a silk gown raising her glass. The restaurant ablaze no night could dim. Johnny's locket flashed as he stood center, his boots rooted while saying this place was a vow. Every meal a hand, every soul a chance. His voice a pirate's call tempered by Scissorhands' care, ringing clear to every corner. Diners stood, a teen in a velvet blazer pledging to tutor kids, a woman in pearls vowing to fund beds, the chandeliers casting light like a lighthouse over a restless sea, the city stirring beyond the walls. Mitch led a line outside, his vest crisp as he served families under streetlights, his blonde hair neat while telling Johnny he'd visited his sister's grave, promised to live kind, his gray eyes steady like a man reborn, his shame a ghost gone. Clara and Lena organized a food drive, their hands quick passing trays to dozens, their voices a chorus while planning to feed shelters, their spark a flame that warmed the night. Jay and Tim trained new hires, their laughs mingling as they taught Ellie, their shirts proud, their pasts fuel for a new dawn, their hands never still. Amos played a new song, his guitar singing of hope and home, his denim jacket high as diners danced, his voice a river carrying the room, his tips funding a street band, his nod to Johnny a vow to keep singing. Earl greeted a group of veterans, his dog tag gleaming as he shared his story, his cap proud while saying Johnny gave him a mission, his voice a soldier's oath to lift others, his hands steady passing coffee. Rosa led Ellie to the register, her braid neat as she showed her the ropes, her smile wide while saying she'd soar, her own climb a path for the teen, her eyes bright with pride. Lena's toddler twirled, her dress a burst of color as she hugged Sarah, her giggle a sound the restaurant cradled, her mom's hope a wildfire spreading fast, her hands passing rolls to new faces. The chef opened the kitchen to stragglers, his spatula dancing as he taught a kid to cook, his grin wide like a man feeding a nation, the door wide for all. Sarah joined Rosa, her scrubs swapped for a uniform, her sneakers quick as she served tables, her voice strong while telling Johnny her kids would eat well now, her eyes a spark that lit the room, her cup long forgotten. Sarah joined Rosa, her scrubs swapped for a uniform, her sneakers quick as she served tables, her voice strong while telling Johnny her kids would eat well now, her eyes a spark that lit the room, her cup long forgotten. Mitch opened a food cart, his vest traded for an apron, his blonde hair neat while serving under stars, his gray eyes bright as he fed the hungry, his sister's memory a light in every tray, his hands never still. Clara led a shelter drive, her shawl proud as she packed meals, her ring flashing while teaching others, her voice a beacon for the lost, her heart wide open. Lena started a job program, her dress bright as she trained moms, her toddler clapping, her hope a river flowing through the city, her spark a fire for all. Jay and Ellie cleaned parks, their shirts high as they laughed, their sneakers quick while planning to mentor kids, their pasts a bridge to new lives, their hands lifting others. Amos formed a band, his denim jacket high as he played for crowds, his guitar a voice for the streets, his tips building a music school, his nod to Johnny a vow to keep the sound alive, his songs a gift to the city. Earl ran a veterans hub, his dog tag gleaming as he housed dozens, his cap proud while telling Johnny he'd found his fight, his voice steady like a soldier home, his hands guiding the weary. Rosa managed the restaurant, her braid neat as she hired the lost, her smile wide while training Sarah, her climb a path for all, her eyes a flame that never dimmed. Tim led volunteers, his apron proud as he fed thousands, his glasses steady while saying Johnny showed him how, his spark a wildfire now, his mom's smile his fuel. The city hummed brighter as strangers carried Johnny's light, a man in a tux funding homes, a woman in pearls teaching kids, a teen in a velvet blazer mentoring youth, a woman in a silk gown cooking for shelters. No cameras caught it, no cheers demanded it, but Johnny's locket lived in every act, small flames lighting every corner. Enough, always enough. Lena's program grew, her toddler dancing as moms found work, her hope a river no dam could hold. Amos's school sang, his guitar a call as kids played, his voice a tide lifting dreams. Earl's hub sheltered hundreds, his dog tag a badge as veterans stood tall, his hands a vow to never quit. Johnny stepped into the night, his fedora low as he climbed onto a motorcycle, his locket hidden while city lights blurred, his spark ablaze in every heart, a pirate's rogue sailing on, a scissorhand's soul leaving love behind. The restaurant glowed, Rosa leading, Mitch serving, Clara giving, Lena building, Jay laughing, Ellie rising, Tim guiding, Amos singing, Earl standing, Sarah shining, their hands a chorus, their spark a city reborn. New Orleans carried the light, a man feeding streets, a woman teaching kids, a teen painting walls, a city giving more, loving more, living more. Johnny's locket a quiet promise, its flame eternal, hope endless, grace forever.
Thank you for watching our channel Modern Stories. If you liked our video, you should subscribe for more amazing videos like this. Have a healthy and happy day. See you in the next one.